Hey, what up, boxing fans? This is the Rope a Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. It's late night, Sunday morning. The afternoon is just kicking into the UK. And big shouts out to the UK. A giant shout out. 27,000 people filled a stadium in Sheffield. Another month, another stadium fight in the UK. So big shouts out to the UK fans, the fighters, everybody, right? The promoters, Eddie Hearn, even though you boo him, big shouts out to Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Sports. I did a really quick video after the fight. I actually work at night. I work at a bar. So I had to just fly through it. And I wanted to kind of take my time and talk more about the fight. So I'm going to talk about the rounds, of course, but I want to just talk about the fight in general. Spence's jab was really key. Going into the fight, I knew both of them had a good jab, great jabs, but I kind of leaned towards Brook's jab because I had seen it more against higher quality guys. Well, that is not the case. Not that it's not quality and good, but Spence took it away, basically. You look at the punch stats numbers 83-14. And, punch stats not exactly right, but we all saw the jab consistently land throughout the fight from Spence. Overall, just looking at the punch stats, what was it, 263? Or no, God, what was it? 163 to 630. Ah, man. I can't remember. Yeah, sorry. I can't remember. I think it was 136 to 163? Or was it 2? I can't remember. I wrote it down someplace. Anyway, clearly Spence started taking over this fight punch stats wise. And who cares about punch stats, really, when push comes to shove. It was just a fun fight. Really fun fight to watch. Both guys would take momentum either within a round. I got this round, you got that round, I got these 2 rounds, then I come back and win a round, or within the actual round. And that's why I wanted to rewatch it when I got home and rescore it, And I had a couple of rounds different, but in the end, I had it about where I had it originally. The scorecards were before the stoppage. Were 97-92. Bird had it for Spence, which that really surprised me. That's a really wide. I would have thought if there was going to be a wide kind of random scorecard, it would have favored Kell Brook, just because you're on the home turf there. But one judge had it 95-94 and the other 96-93. So Spence, for me, won the first round basically with his jab. It's not that Brook didn't do anything, because he did, but I thought the jab landed hard, consistent the whole way through. Second round, Brook started landing his jab, started landing his right hand. Spence landed as well, but really the counter left hook, Brook won that one. And I actually gave him the third and the fourth on the rescore. Right crosses, then a nice right hand, like straight right hand, right hook, left hook. I think the last part, maybe 45 seconds left, a great combination. Had a 45 and almost like an uppercut. He was landing the uppercuts at the body well, very well throughout the fight. Kell Brook, I'm speaking of. Fourth round, I gave it to him as well. Early in that fourth round, he landed a right hand. Then he landed 2 more right hands. One of them was a cross, then an uppercut, combinations, hooks to the body. Maybe with like 80 seconds left or something in my notes, there was a left hooks and counter left hands from Spence, but I thought Brook won that fight, or won that round. So I had it originally. I had it 2-2. I really missed the second round watching it live. So I somehow gave that a 10-10 or to Spence. I was wrong on that one. The fifth round I did give to Spence, and that's something I did a little different as well. The first time I watched it, I gave Brook the fifth. And it's not like Brook didn't, once again, do anything. A lot of these rounds were competitive. A minute here, minute there, momentum would change, like I said. I just thought some good body punches by both early in that round and midway through. A nice left hand. I think it was a counter. Or no, it was a left hand that put Spence in the corner by Brook. But Spence definitely did more throughout the round. Hooks to the body, left hooks to the head, combinations to the body. Last minute or so, I think he stole that round. I gave the sixth round to Spence as well. Right away he kind of tripped and was off balance. The crowd got up. It did. I mean, there was a punch that landed, so it did look like, oh man, he caught him really nice. But Spence did a great thing. He pivoted. Not only did he attack and try to get back what looked like, he was stumbling, but he pivoted right away and just went on the attack. Just started throwing hooks. And when he starts throwing hooks and crosses, but especially hooks with both hands, you got to get out of the way. I mean, you really do, because it's that's his bread and butter. I mean, the body shots, don't get me wrong, but when you start to open up top, it gets pretty scary. He was roughing him up. Straight left, he did manage to land. He didn't land a ton of those, but the body and head really got going. Now, Brook did, land a nice right hand, a left uppercut to the body and right hand, maybe the last 30 seconds. But I gave that one to Spence. Seventh round, I gave that to Brook. 10-9, or, maybe I'd watch it again and I think it was 10-10, that one, that type of thing. I thought some sweeping right hands, the uppercuts. Overall, I just thought he landed the cleaner, the bigger shots. That's what I kind of saw out of the seventh round. And then from there on, as we know, it was all Spence. I shouldn't say all Spence, you know what I mean? Because, I'll speak to Brook showing hard as well. But I had it 4-4 after 8. It was pretty even in the 8th round, actually, for the first 2 minutes. Then Spence landed a straight left. Combinations with the hooks as well started opening up more. And he won that round. I won the round for him. 9th round, Spence closed really well. Just a series of crosses and hooks. And like I said, that's when you started to see, okay. And you could also see the swollen eye and him kind of tapping it. And you could see it was starting to bug him, right? And I'm talking about Brook, of course. And the Spence, he started getting to the body. And that's the thing. You know what I liked about Spence in the 10th? And even in the 11th, when he had him down in the round before, he came out with his guard up. He wasn't getting too careless in there. That says a lot for a guy in his 22nd fight who hadn't, faced a high-level guy just yet. But like I said, the 10th round, body work, jabs, it was all kind of a combination of that had Brook down. He took a knee, basically. So it was a 10-8 round, but, to credit Brook, the crowd just was going crazy when he did this too. Kell Brook, after it looked like he may get stopped in this 10th round, he came back with uppercuts and just huge shots. Now, Spence would come back and kind of take control of the round, but then again, he did it 2 times in that round. That was the best round of the fight, I'd have to say. One of the better rounds this year. And then the 11th, like I said, Spence comes out with his hands up, two separate times the ref stopped the fight for the tape for Kell Brook. Kell Brook actually landed a nice left hook, but he just started wearing him down, and he started short, probably midway. He started to really wear him down with some shots, letting the hooks go, and you could see Brook took a knee, and then he kind of was like looking to the side, messing with his eye, looking to the side, got up, but then was just like, I'm good. So they stopped the fight. Like I said, this was just a phenomenal fight. Really like this fight. Great fight, two-way action. Now, obviously, I have seen people online already saying that it's too bad that he hurt his eye again. But, we do have to clarify for those who don't know. The Golovkin fight, I believe, was the right eye. This one was the left eye. So it was different eyes. They're saying similar injury. Obviously, until he actually would need to get the surgery and all that, we can't necessarily say it's the same 100% exact injury. We'll have to find out. You know what I mean? I remember that Golovkin fight, I believe Eddie Hearn released an x-ray because a lot of people thought he had quit, and there's no reason to throw in the towel, and there was booing and whatnot. So we'll see, and we'll see where Kell Brook goes from here. Will he go up and face some 154-pounders? It's definitely a deep division, that's for sure. We'll see. I'm sure he's going to take a chunk of time off no matter what. And he showed heart. He did quit, but, a lot of people like to play tough guy. And, they act like it's a Rocky movie and be like, well, if you see three guys, hit the one in the middle. That's just not how it works. Now, some dudes, we've seen a guy with a dislocated shoulder keep fighting and knock him out with his other, with his good arm. So some guys can dig deep, more than others, but no one really knows besides Kell Brook if he really couldn't see much. You know what I mean? So you can call him whatever you want. The guy showed a lot of heart. I think that 10th round showed his heart. Like I said, I know he took a knee and all that. 2 knees, I should say. But, the doctor, Eddie Hearn, did say after the fight, he brought up a good point. And one of his points was the doctor said it was really smart that you guys stopped the Golovkin fight because you can go blind. Sugar Ray Leonard, my favorite fighter, had a lot of eye issues with that. You know what I mean? So it's really easy to stand on the outside. You go in there and fight Errol Spence. You know what I mean? You go in there and get, with these guys, Golovkin, whatever, any of these guys. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Maybe he did quit. Maybe his eye wasn't, it was just swollen and the pressure was getting to him. But why didn't he quit in the 10th round then? 2 separate times the guy flurried back and landed some big-ass shots. So anyway, where does Spence go from here? I love how he called Pacquiao out. He called Thurman out. Now Thurman's hurt. You know what I mean? He even said that he'd like to fight back in Dallas. Hopefully, maybe September, October, or something like that. Get him a fight, in his hometown in Dallas or somewhere near there. Or at least just a big fight, whatever. Could be at the Barclays if it's a big fight, whatever the case is, whether it's Sean Porter or, I don't know, Lamont Peterson or somebody, and then fight Thurman. Danny Garcia, that'd be great too. I doubt that would happen, but get him a fight and then fight Thurman, because obviously Thurman, who knows, matters how he feels. He may need just a decent fight to get back. He may fight Lamont Peterson. And Spence could fight Porter. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who really knows? But I just hope he gets back before the end of the year, and then either late this year or maybe next year on CBS. On CBS, to get that big high-profile look again. I I hope that's what happens. You know what I mean? That would be great. Him and Thurman would be a phenomenal fight. But my guess is he'll probably take on somebody pretty solid at home, and then take Thurman, I guess, on social media. Thurman was calling him out already. Anyway, it's late as hell. Like I said, big shouts out to the UK fans. You guys are great fans. You're singing songs. I love how Eddie puts that "Sweet Caroline" on, and it just it's obviously signifies that the fight's about to start. But just seeing everybody sing along, it just before I definitely before it's all said and done, I gotta get out to the UK for a fight, man, because you guys are definitely. I've been to, it's much like the Mexican American fans, man. Those two fan bases are the strongest fan bases in the world, hands down. It's not even close. It's not even close. I've been to a Canelo fight. I've been to some other fights, Marquez fights, and just the atmosphere alone is worth it, and it has a lot of memories in it. So, anyway, really good fight between two high-level combatants. These guys showed their worth. And Spence, he had some adversity. He was down on the cards at the halfway point. He was getting the uppercuts and the hooks and the counter. He even said it. I love how he knew exactly what he did wrong after the fight. He said he was trying to, reach with his jab too much, trying to establish it too quickly. He did show better defense than we had seen, no doubt about it, going up into it. But like I said, I'm going to get out of here. This Wednesday, me and a variety of opinions will be talking about this fight on the Rope It Up Radio podcast. That'll be live on blogtalkradio.com/Rope It Up Radio. You can see the print there on the screen. And also, it's available on, Apple Podcast, iTunes, Player FM. Check it out there. Stitcher, TuneIn. You can follow me at Rope It Up Radio on Twitter as well. Peace.